I'm going to turn our program on.
Sounds glorious.
Look at all the hunky boys.
Not people, brains.
Stop your grinning and drop your linen. Found them.
Where's your pass? Screw your pass.
Due to the recent events that have occurred, effective immediately, all classes are suspended until further notice.
Sup. You are listening to Students of Horror, where we don't claim to be authorities on the subject, but students of the genre, expanding our studies one movie at a time. Our assignment for this episode is 2018's Hereditary, as we study the subject of demons, devils, hell, demonology, let's call it. Thanks for joining us this episode, listeners. We'll start with a roll call. We got me, the person talking, Sam, I'm here. Brian, did you have something to add?
Oh, hey, hi, hello. Yes, I'm here too. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And who else do we have here this episode?
Oh, hello.
Ross.
Back from my out of school suspension.
So happy to have you.
Where were you last?
I was at I was in a bunch of
release
places.
order.
In release, I mean, I was in Outpost 31, and then
well, he was with us with Blade. Blade has come out.
Oh, Blade. So, okay.
So then he's actually here. So actually, he goes away
yes.
to the next episode. You go to Derry
I
next
do go
episode.
to Derry.
Yeah.
I got this amazing sewer tour map. It's going to be
Yeah, you're going to have
awesome.
a great time. So it's the three of us classic students episode tonight. Sorry, I'm still getting used to saying students of horror. We have been Chuddle the Pod for almost 5 years, 4.5 years, we'll call it. So if you're kind of tuning in and you're like, wait, this seems like it was Chuddle the Pod. It was, but we are now students of horror, and we're happy to have you here with us. So we're going to do Hereditary, but before we continue, I must take a moment to thank our study buddies whose generous support keeps the club strong for just $3 a month. Want to support in other ways? Subscribe, rate, review, comment, share, be a friend, tell a friend, all that good stuff. Now, with all of us present and the study buddies avowed, it's time to crack open that goo book and officially begin tonight's meeting.
Give me that goo.
Starting with our log line. A grieving family is haunted by tragic and disturbing occurrences. Taglines. Every family tree hides a secret.
Okay, I guess because of the treehouse.
And it's called Hereditary.
It's like a double thing.
Yeah.
It's that. I like this next one better.
Evil runs in the family.
Okay, all right.
Me too.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
I think
feel
it's
like
what's on the poster.
And I feel like it would set you up well for a blind viewing of the movie. Just Hereditary, evil runs in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, movies are made by people. The people that made this movie are...
E. Aster.
We got Ari Aster, the Aster Blaster, written and directed.
Oh, we're getting Aster Blaster today.
Yeah, well, we sure are.
A little bit.
Ari Aster, of course, also wrote and directed Midsommar, which we have covered on the show before. That was, I believe, the only one where we were all in person, right?
Yes.
So that's a fun little...
No.
Oh, no, that was Mother.
That was Mother.
Oh, that was Mother.
That was Mother.
Interesting. I wonder why I thought it was Midsommar. And he's done 2 other movies since. Beau is Afraid, which I guess Brian said has some horror elements. I haven't seen it. And Eddington, which I have also not seen. From what I understand, there are no horror elements.
Some of our key players in the film are Alex Wolff as Peter. He was in A Quiet Place Day One, which came out in 2024. Also the movie Old in 2021. About like people that get old on the beach or whatever.
On a beach, yeah. M. Night Shyamalan, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And then I was just reading about him. Apparently he was in the Naked Brothers band, like him and his brother, which I believe was like a Disney or Nickelodeon.
Yes, that was one of those things.
Rock band type things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he's one of the 2 guys from that, apparently.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. His parents are like producers or something. So they're like industry people.
Seems like it. We might talk about it a little bit later on, but he apparently went pretty method for this movie.
Sure. Yeah. Little. Yeah.
Oh.
So he's a little actor boy.
Yeah. We have Gabriel Byrne as Steve. He was in Ghost Ship, End of Days, The Keep, and Stigmata.
Nice.
Stigmata. That was when I learned what Stigmata was because of that movie.
Great. It's
not sure
doing the Lord's work.
But yeah.
Toni Collette, of course, champion of this movie right here as Annie. Not that many horror things, but obviously you probably know her from a lot, but notably Krampus from 2015.
Oh,
Fright
yeah.
Night from 2011, and The Sixth Sense. The Sixth Sense. The Sixth
Synth?
You got it?
Is she in a band called The Sixth Synth?
The Sixth, yeah. You guys didn't know about Toni Collette's like 80s retro synth band?
Oh, I did.
The Sixth
Yeah.
Synth.
Absolutely, I know.
There's 6 of them. There's 6 Toni Collettes.
Whoa.
Sick. So Krampus we've also covered. If anybody
Yes.
wants to go back and check that out, if that's available. If you're not a patron, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's an oldie.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Millie Shapiro as Charlie. She was in a TV show called Hysteria from 2024 that had Bruce Campbell in it.
I noticed, Bruce Campbell's in it. A little teen thing, but I don't think it got like picked up for any season past the first, unfortunately.
Okay, gotcha. And then, of course, Ann Dowd as Joan in the film, and she has worked a ton just as a character actress, but her only other horror credit was The Exorcist Believer.
Ooh.
Who is the horror for?
Starting where we always start. Is it for beginners?
That's tricky. I would say it's for beginner if you want to check out quote unquote elevated horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I don't. Oh man, this is so tough because like I think you could. I mean, like this could absolutely be an introduction to horror movies. But it's very like there's some very art house direction when it comes to the cinematography and things around those. Like it's not your straightforward horror movie. You know what I mean?
I guess if you have someone who's interested in horror.
Well, I think that's what he meant by calling it elevated.
Yeah, elevated, arty type of thing. If you have someone who's into that type of movie already, but not necessarily horror and wants to get into horror.
Right. They like
that
real films, and horror is not real movies.
Right.
That's garbage.
Then you could,
that type
you could
of person.
easily, for that type of beginner, I would say. But for someone who's looking for horror, I wouldn't start them with Hereditary.
It's pretty heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
heavy.
that's true.
Yeah, it's not a lighthearted romp.
It's
And I think a lot of things like
I would try.
This
and
is not like an 80s camp slasher.
I'd want to give a beginner something that might get them to come back to horror.
Right. Again, unless you know that real, just like
Right.
that one kid. I probably would have been into it. Yeah, you could have showed it to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I would have liked it, but I also
No, I understand. So what other subgenres do you guys think this one fits into besides our overall demonology?
Yeah. Witch,
demonology, it's definitely
culty,
cult, Satan.
Utah folk.
Digging on some devil shit.
grief horror. That's like a subgenre now.
Grief horror, family
100%.
horror,
Mm-hmm. Family drama. I mean,
Family
that
drama,
would be
yeah.
its other like subcategory.
huge.
I would say haunted house in a way. It doesn't ultimately end up being a haunted house, but it plays like a haunted house movie.
And the way a lot of haunted house movies feel like the house is a character, this certainly does.
Oh,
It
sure.
plays
Yeah,
within that. Yeah, for sure.
I guess I don't even know the right terminology for it because this deals with like, I guess obviously we have this Satan-y kind of stuff, but it also deals with like real world horror. I guess it would be grief horror. You know what I mean? Because it's like real shit happening, but yeah.
What is the best advice you can give someone before going into this movie? Hopefully you don't know anything about it and just go ahead and watch it. Know that it's going to be heavy, I guess. I would say like, this is not
It's not a horror comedy.
Light fare. Yeah.
And I think that I always like this question that leads into the trigger warnings question because a lot of that goes hand in hand because of that extreme grief can be very triggering.
Yeah.
And you got to be prepared for that before going into the movie, I'd say. But on top of that, there's definitely animal death. I said some child harm for sure. I mean, our main character, the boy, he goes through a lot of psychological harm. Like, so does the daughter. Like, it's all about family
trauma. Yeah.
And there are certainly children in harm's way because of it. One of the kids is allergic. So if you have any problem with allergies.
Do you think this would please a gorehound?
A gorehound?
I don't think it would.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it would.
There's shocking moments of gore. There's some good stuff in there, but it's really not the gorehounds.
Yeah. Oh, something I meant to say for subgenres, it's like disturbing horror. It's more meant to disturb you than it is scare you. If that makes sense. At least I see it that way.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I understand it in the sense that it's not really a scary type of thing. It's just disturbing because all that real life grief of it all and just the bleakness of it.
Yeah, the bleakness.
Spoiler zone.
Kicking it off with the IMDb behind the scenes. Toni Collette had told her agent that she didn't want to do any more heavy, dark films and only wanted to do comedies. But she loved the Hereditary script so much she couldn't turn it down.
I don't want to do this. This is exactly,
Yeah, talk about taking a complete 180.
Yeah, no kidding. Like,
she's doing a lot of heavy...
A lot of heavy stuff.
There's a lot of grief acting.
We meet her in grief and more of like a confused state of grief, but then grief, and then
I actually watched
it up a notch.
Like a 2-second interview with her in this, and she goes, "This was the most taxing yet the most rewarding role that I've had while doing it."
Sure. Toni Collette has called Ari Aster the most prepared director she's ever worked with. She praised him for practically having the full movie already shot and edited in his head 2 years before they started filming. And this would just go on to speak about how much Ari Aster pre-plans and has every fucking thing planned out and preps.
Reminds me of Hitchcock. I know that you hear Alfred Hitchcock like knew every shot, and he made the movie in his head before he ever stepped on set. According to the definition of its maker, Hereditary is about suffering. So, no kidding.
Another thing to know. Yeah, that's what to know before going in for sure. It's about suffering.
It's about
it's going to make you feel it.
Taking suffering seriously.
I can portray it.
Yeah, this is, I mean, I really do enjoy this movie for the fact that like it has escapism horror, as in like, you know, supernaturally kind of like, but then it also has very deep roots in actual trauma, real life horror as well. You know what I mean? Where it kind of like has that deer dance of like real life shit versus like supernatural things going on at the same time.
Right.
Sure. Definitely. In an interview, Alex Wolff explains that he wanted to actually break his own nose for the scene where his character slams his head into a desk. Talking about that method stuff. Aster respectfully declined the offer and told Wolff that they'd give him a soft cushioned desk for the scene. When it was time to shoot this film it, Wolff slammed his head into the desk, only to discover that the top was foam, but the bottom was hard. And he dislocated his jaw that he had previously had as a actor, an injury from a previous.
Just like our actor in our last movie, Blade, Donald Logue, had his jaw dislocated.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to Jaw
from a previous. Yeah.
Did they keep that take in the, like when he rears his head? Is that his actual jaw dislocated?
I don't think so.
Weird.
I don't have the notes on that.
I mean, I watched it after reading that, and it didn't appear like that would have been the case.
Oh, okay. I'm just picturing slam head. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Knowing that his parents are producers and he was a kid star, it almost makes me wonder if he's like, I need people to take me seriously now. So look, I want to break my nose.
Right. And I think like, he even did a thing where like at the end of the shoot, he was like introduced himself as his real name and not his actor's name, like who he is playing. And
well, he made everybody on set call him Peter. Yeah.
Peter.
His character's name. And then after they shot his last scene, it symbolically introduced himself as Alex.
Yeah.
So it's like, that would have sucked to work with. There's a good deal of loud sound effects and music in the soundtrack. This is actually fitting to the demon Paimon, who is described as arriving with loud music and cymbals crashing.
I think this goes on to, you talk about more of the trivia if you wanted to. There's so much that went Ari Aster's planning and all that kind of shit. So there's all this kind of layered stuff, which it was great if you want to be looking for like all the little hidden symbols and the little this and the meanings behind that. There is typically something thought out in there to it.
Right. And what I love is that you don't have to do that to enjoy the movie.
No, you just enjoy it.
Oh, well, if you would look at the symbols and look how this means that, then you'd like it. It's like, I should like it already. Thank you.
No, I think it's a nice like dual fold for that, because it's like you enjoy it, you can just watch it and it's fine. But also it's almost like the I Spy books, is that like if you really want to get into it, there's so many Easter eggs and weird details and like shot continuity things with characters as it progresses. Like this one specifically has stuff with like reflections and like long shots going into forward shots, which is like funky and weird. Like it's cool because like you don't need to know any of that, but if you really like the movie, you can keep on watching it and it kind of unfolds itself for you
like a miniature house.
The symbol that's shown throughout the film, particularly on the necklace that Annie and her mother wear, is a slightly different version of the real seal of the demon Paimon as shown in the old text of demonology. The most notable difference is that the real symbol had 4 figures instead of the film's 3. The symbol was changed for the film because it's considered bad luck to use real demonic religious symbolism in films. There's been some previous ones that films who've used this imagery before, The Exorcist, The Omen, Rosemary's Baby, have infamously been plagued by accidents and hardship.
Superstition.
Yeah. Well, hey, play it safe. You know what I mean? Like who's gonna fact check that? You know? I mean, everybody's gonna fact check it, but you know what I mean? Where it's just like, hey, just knock off a thing. Just have it as 3.
Yeah, we'll just do it as 3. We'll still call him Paimon.
Yeah. But yeah, I still feel like everything was kind of purposeful still. It still feels very planned. Like there's a thought process to it and like allows it to work. I'm not that concerned. I'm not gonna
theater people are so full of superstition, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ari Aster said a core idea of Hereditary is that it is the story of a mother so horrified by the fate of her child that she must do it to herself as well. In the film, Toni Collette's character removes her own head with piano wire after her daughter is decapitated.
Oof, yeah.
I love how literal the IMDb has to be sometimes, and just explain it every time. How whenever they mention, like, I'm surprised it didn't do it here. Like Ari Aster, the director.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's great. That's a little bit behind, and then I think we'll just talk about more shit as it comes.
Jump into the movie talk. Yeah. We'll have things as it happens. So I'll start with a quick recap. I'll take this. Movie starts with an obituary on screen. We meet a family. They are mourning the death of the grandmother. Then things start to get a little weird. There's just sort of this creepy, unsettling thing happening the whole time between this father, son, and daughter. The daughter is odd, and you're kind of like, what's gonna happen with her? And well, what happens with her is not what you might expect. She has to go to a party with her brother, has an allergic to reactions to something. He's racing her to a hospital, I guess. She has her head out the window to breathe. He swerves around a animal carcass and boom, her head gets knocked off of a pole by a telephone pole. It is very shocking when you don't know that it's coming. I don't know. Did you guys know that it was coming before you saw it?
No. Well, you get like a sense of it, but like part of my brain was like, they're not going to do that. Are they going to do that? They're not going to do it. They go, oh my God, they did that.
But you hadn't heard ahead of time.
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had. I knew of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew all the details, but I knew that more or less happened.
Sure. So you, I'm sure, could have seen it coming then as
it's still
shocking. Yeah. So now the family is mourning even more. Mom is going to grief meetings where she meets a woman who eventually starts teaching her about seances and contacting spirits. And so now the mom, who's also been seeing ghosts around the house, decides she's going to go ahead and try and contact her daughter. This ends up not going very well. She seems possessed, really freaks out the son and husband. Mom's just further down the spiral. She goes into the attic and it's full of flies, and she finds a headless body in there that she thinks might be her mom. The son has also been spiraling, and at school, he sort of gets possessed throws his hand in the air, smashes his face on the desk. We mentioned that IMDb behind the scene, presumably like knocks himself out cold or passes out because he's screaming when he hits himself. But when he gets home, they have to carry him to his bed. And what's her name? Toni Collette's character, Annie, has completely lost it at this point. Her husband thinks she's just like had a complete mental break. So she's trying to get the husband to burn Charlie's notebook, the daughter who died, because it's been drawn all these pictures on its own, and when she tried to burn it, it set her arm on fire. But he's like, no, I won't do it. You need help. This isn't how to do it. She's like, oh, fine, I'll do it. She grabs it and throws it in the fire. Boom, dad catches on fire. Yeah, like a dried out Christmas tree. And now he's dead. Son wakes up, comes and finds dad's body. There's naked people in the house.
She's in the corner.
In the ceiling. And then she pops out of the corner on the ground and chases him into the attic where grandma's body is missing, but there's naked people in there. And mom's floating by the ceiling, sawing her head off with piano wire. And then he sees the naked people and goes, ah! And jumps out the window and crashes to the ground. We're not sure if he's okay or not. Meanwhile, we hear the sawing motion continue and the head plop to the floor. A light, we've seen sort of a moving light around that's not natural. It seems to possess people, maybe. We see that coming to take over Peter's body. He gets up and does so we're like, oh shit, he's possessed by Charlie. Goes into the tree house where there's more naked people and the headless bodies worshiping Paimon. And we hear a voice off screen be like, hey, Paimon, you're here. Sorry, Charlie. You're also Charlie and also Paimon, but we needed to get you in a boy body because as a girl, Charlie, you're going to be Paimon. But something I don't really quite follow. And then they go, hail Paimon, and it zooms out and it's a cool shot in the end.
Yeah.
Good job.
Funny enough,
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, it's just what you're talking about, the confusion of like what is what. Because like what I always had that thing was like Charlie is it always the demon? Is that the thing? And then I had to actually look it up, and apparently it's supposed to be Paimon the entire time. Like has been in him or in Charlie since birth. In Charlie. Yeah. So that's why it like clicks in the weird.
Who says that?
Ari Aster, I think in an interview.
Interesting.
That he was like, yeah.
Surprised that wasn't in the IMDb behind the scenes.
Right.
That seems pretty notable. Okay. Let's get into it. Premise. Kind of classic grief horror. I guess what's the premise? The premise is got grandma, there's a weird little girl. It's more about her death and them dealing with that than it is about dealing with the grandma's death, although that's kind of layered into it.
Yeah, I think it's it deals with a lot of like, because even at the
haunted grief house.
Yeah, a house of grief. Because it's like a lot of
house of grief.
A haunted house of grief, where it's almost like these isolated people that aren't really like, it's a family that's not really a family, and then they have to like confront this weird, the matriarch of the family dying, and then it just unearths all this other weird weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. So I had to look into what Ross said about Paimon being in Charlie, and I saw some discussions on Reddit and stuff about it. And someone specifically does say that from what the director has said in interviews, Charlie was always Paimon. Charlie never even existed as a person in that body. The clicking was, to me, just another symptom of Paimon being in there. So I see a lot of other things like that, that the grandma essentially put Paimon into Charlie, but Charlie was... wouldn't work because she was a girl and was just saving it up to get Peter, I guess, ready.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why she kept eating like candy with nuts in it and shit. And they have to like
stop eating the nuts. No, I also guys did the same thing because I wanted to confirm what I had said too. Yeah, it's the same because like it says like she was a temporary and perfect female vessel for the demon, acting as a displaced soul until the cult could transfer him into her older brother.
Interesting.
Okay, I never got that.
Yeah, I mean, I could certainly see it.
It
to
makes
some extent,
sense.
especially it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But to say that, yeah, it's like I feel like there is still some. I guess if it's all just Paimon, or is there some essence of Charlie? Because it does feel like there's an essence of a kid there, more or less, right?
Yeah,
like, or is that just Paimon just really hamming it up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
interesting. Well, that's a different way to think about it. That's certainly something to think about. I don't know. I'll be reevaluating it.
It makes it make more sense.
It does. I agree. It answers a few questions for sure.
So, do we agree the premise is kind of a haunted house of grief?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I don't like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, if you told me that, I'd be like, I guess if you say it's good, I'll check it out. But that does not seem like my type of movie.
Grief house.
Grief house.
Opening. So we got that obituary on the screen, and then we see some miniatures and a slow zoom in on one room that ends up becoming reality of dad coming in to wake up Peter. Gotta go to a funeral, or at a funeral for an estranged family member.
Yeah.
We kind of get the background of what's going on from Annie's
eulogy.
What? Eulogy, thank you.
Yeah.
I was totally blanking on the word.
A googology?
Googology?
I think that's what he says in Zoolander. I can't remember.
Yeah. The opening doesn't do too much for me. It seems like it's just going to be a straight family drama. There's no hints that it's going to get weird yet.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the miniature house and then having the, things unfolding in that scene, because that's the beginning where they have like he kind of walks in and kind of gets, and you can kind of see it from the side. I really do enjoy that because it creates these very like surreal moments. It almost primes you for what's going to be happening later on in the movie by like just accepting that in the beginning. You're like, okay, so this is like a cinematic choice and stuff like that. I think also, if I'm not mistaken, like the entire house was also built as not a fragmented set, but like so they could actually.
It was all built on a soundstage so they could move out walls and do everything. Yeah.
Which was like also insanely smart because it gave me like Shining vibes. You know what I mean? When like Jack Torrance is like looking over the hedge maze and then seeing them walk through. You know what I mean? It's like using the idea of miniatures and then actually having the actors walk in and out. I thought was like, oh, okay, we're getting into weird territory. I like it.
Yeah, the set designer and the miniature artist had to work really closely together.
Right. I like the opening. I think it works. I mean, I think you do get hints of stuff that's weird when she is talking about her mother just being so secretive. She mentions a few little things like that, and it just feels like
it's strange to see a bunch of strange faces. Yeah.
There's like, little things going on there.
What's going on here?
And if you did
Secret
notice
history.
There's a creepy naked guy at the end of the movie that's smiling in the dark. He's at the funeral smiling at
Charlie. I noticed that.
Yeah.
I noticed. Yeah, I did.
Just infatuated. Just loves looking at an embodiment of Paimon.
Staring at him and smiling.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe I'll just loop this in a little bit, jump ahead to suspenders of sorts, because we were talking about the miniatures. So it's a real cool story device and cinematography thing that they're able to do with it and everything. I would not care about seeing this woman's art in a gallery or anything. I don't get the draw to miniatures. And why it's made her so, I don't know, so something. I guess maybe there's a whole miniatures world I don't know about, but it doesn't seem like it's as high art as what she presents.
Okay, so there is. After watching Hereditary, I kind of was like, is this like a thing? Like, is this like a popular thing? There are certain miniature artists. It's like beyond niche. Like, you know what I mean? One of the most famous of them are actually, which is very strange because it kind of dabbles into the film, is they were recreating crime scenes and recreating certain like there's one that was like an unsolved crime that basically like someone solved it by using the miniature and stuff like that. But there's a few artists that like literally painstakingly will just redo like larger crime scenes, and then it's used for like studying for like detectives and law enforcement, things like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's interesting. Yeah. This, on the other hand, is like, yeah, I don't know. It's very, what she's doing is kind of very meta in the sense that like she was working on the art gallery in which her miniatures. So there's miniatures of her miniatures in there. And there's like this whole, like just like my life through miniatures. And I get she has a lot of grief and a story to tell, maybe because of how weird her mother was. And the fact that her brother also, we'll get to at some point, he died of suicide. So when she's talking about her grief and everything, it's just an interesting. And her father died of starvation when she was a baby. Right. Yeah. It's I don't know. I always just viewed it as like the grandmother was like this overbearing kind of like narcissistic, weird woman. And then like, but also on the flip side is now the daughter is getting into miniatures, which is also this very weird microcosm of narcissistic making models of every aspect of my life, including the death of my child. Like, I feel it's almost the same, but just on it, just a different shade of narcissism, which is like, I can agree with you there. I see it reflected in that. I noticed it in her relationship with Peter, especially on my second watch. Like, she never gives him a chance on anything. Yeah. Like, whenever, like, I think she is the bigger problem in their relationship. He's like a teenage boy, but she is like just so disdainful of him, I feel like, from the very get-go. Right. And that's maybe one of the harder things, not necessarily to judge, is like how strained their relationship was before the grief happened, how bad she was before all that. Yeah. Because at a certain point within this movie, Paimon is seemingly influencing and bringing out bad thoughts and stuff or invoking dreams and weird feelings and everything. So it's like he's definitely causing and doing stuff. And also, wasn't there a scene, like they talk about it, but like, how old was this kid when his mother tried to burn them both alive? Because like there was a sleepwalking. From the sleepwalking, yeah. So they bring that up. She was sleepwalking and then like literally like almost killed him. And instead of like apologizing, is that like there's always been like this weird tension between them. Obviously, like if you wake up and your mom's like asleep trying to murder you or something at the same time, I can only imagine. Right, that's where it seems to stem from. Is that, and then ever since then, he really hasn't trusted her, or at least she might feel that way. Right. Yes. And so what she sees as probably a normal teenager doing teenager feelings is just like, I see that look of disdain in your eyes or whatever, all that kind of stuff she says. That face, you look at me with that face, I'm like, get over yourself. But again, at that time too, I think a lot of there's the grief aspect of it, but I think it's also Paimon somehow digging in to everyone and just releasing those the bad inner thoughts that might twinge in your head sometimes, but you can be like, that's not how I feel. That's just a crazy thought I have. He's digging into those or something. Well, there's you see, speaking of Paimon's influence, you see the symbol on the post, on the pole, when they first drive by it. And then that, deer or whatever the dead animal is on the road looks staged there, like it was put there to get him to right.
Like it was all part of this setup by this cult
Devising.
Paimon, however.
So then I think that's a good question is, do you think, how much of this do you think has been set up? Had they been planning this kind of thing to happen more
Maybe,
or less?
yeah. Maybe after the grandma died, it was time to
That was the
kill
ascending.
Charlie so that Charlie's soul could go into Peter.
Charlie / Paimon could go into Peter.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it seems, because I'm looking at it with this kind of different lens now, thinking about the fact that it could be Paimon was in Charlie's body for the whole time. That's why, because I never really clicked as why the grandmother liked Charlie so much when she seemed to be pushing for wanting a boy. And I was like, why didn't she already try something?
Yeah, Charlie even says like she wished I was a boy about her grandma.
Mm-hmm.
So with the idea that Paimon was kind of always chilling in there, being incubated more or less for when they could get Peter ready.
And it totally recontextualizes when she's at the grief counseling thing and she's like, so we weren't talking about so I gave her my daughter. I didn't let her near my son, my first, so I gave her my daughter, and of course right away she sunk her hooks into her.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well, that's also a really good thing. She's like, the grandmother couldn't get to the firstborn son.
Right.
And then just use Charlie as like this placeholder almost. And then when she dies, it's almost this like, okay, now the clock
now we
started,
need to make it. Yeah.
because now she's already crossed over. So the rest of the cult needs to like enact all of this stuff.
mm-hmm.
We get the thing of the grandmother, like they're talking about her and she was like, she even wanted to like feed her and stuff. There's a miniature of the grandmother next to the side of the bed
with her breast out.
Boob out.
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah.
Like that's probably because she was the one that summoned Paimon into the body and needs to nurture it to some extent. So yeah, so certainly that brings me to like, because there was the moment, what leads to her getting her head popped ultimately is eating the chocolate cake with nuts in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was always like, was this on purpose? Was this on accident? Did she know the nuts? Because we do get a little scene before when she opens up the candy bar and they seem to go up to her and like, are there nuts in that? Like, no, good, because we didn't bring that beep in.
Yeah.
Like, this is something she's known to have done before.
Both mom and dad jump on it.
Yes.
Yeah, like making sure, like, so I first read it as like, she just kind of does these things and doesn't care because she knows there'll be an EpiPen somewhere or something, and or didn't know there were nuts in it. But now, if it's all set up and she's Paimon trying to get things kicking off, you eat the nuts.
That's so true. Yeah, because at that point it seems like it's deliberate.
Totally.
I also
eat those nuts.
Well, that's one of the filmmaking technical of this is a big part of this movie. We mentioned that art house style of it, and there's all very intentional filmmaking too.
Yes, it's a very dark movie, I feel like most of the time, lighting wise.
Definitely.
Yeah. It really plays with the trick of the eye, where like things are in corners, things are literally like 3 feet back into the darkness. So you're barely seeing it, but it's like that uncanny valley of like, am I seeing that? Am I not seeing that? It is really funny when you take some of these scenes and you just beef up the light opacity. Because there's somewhere like they're just in the corner the entire time where you're just like, oh, there you are. Okay, great.
Beef up that light, yo.
Beef up that light.
Light beefer.
I like that.
And well, I was gonna say, and part of that, the music it's got that sort of drony wah thing happen a lot, and sort of a continual. It's like a thumping or pulsing, more of a pulsing, I guess.
That was Colin Stetson who did the music for this one. Apparently, Ari Aster listened to a lot of his music while he was writing the script, then had him on here to do a bunch of that. So it's, again, all very planned out, thought out, like had very clear ideas of what it was going to be. And luckily, I think it turned out very well and looks good and sounds good and just all plays off the same kind of feelings and tone of the movie. It all works together. It's not like one of those. I was thinking about it, like just starting the movie, like just putting a different soundtrack, a happier, funnier soundtrack could really alter the effect and mood of movies.
Absolutely.
And this would be an interesting one to play around with. But I think it's all really, really well made and will draw you in if you just kind of enjoy that, unless you're looking for the schlock of it all.
Right. Yeah.
Lost Ross again.
Shouldn't we just keep going?
Let's just keep going. Yeah. So Ross will be in and out.
The shot composition as well. Just the way everything's put together, the framing of it, the staging.
Mm-hmm.
It looks fantastic.
Well, that benefits from the being able to tear around and move around the sets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And being able to stage that so well.
Even like the scene where Annie runs into Joan outside of like an art supply store, the way the camera follows them and then the blocking and everything is very interesting,
well
for lack of a better word.
No, that's a good point, because there's a lot of things where there's kind of bland scenes where there's not necessarily a lot of action or a lot of things that can be going on that's interesting, and to be able to make it look interesting is certainly an important thing to be able to do. Like, what was it? Like classically on things like, I don't know, The West Wing or something, when there was like, they needed to get a lot of dialogue across. It's the walk and talk. Like that just puts a lot of energy. Or like where you do the thing where you're just circling around a group of people with the camera.
Oh,
and just like it's presenting fast. But like Fast and the Furious certainly does that.
Very
Amp everything
much,
up. But like that's just kind of the easy way to do things. I think this is done well enough in a grounding but still interesting way.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah, way to go, Aria, on your first feature film. But when you planned it long enough in advance. Tropes. I mean, grief horror has become tropey. Not sure if we had quite hit our limit on it yet back in 2018. Probably not. I guess it depends on...
I don't feel like we did.
Depends on
how much into the...
how you feel about it.
Scene you were.
Yeah.
And that,
Because I'm still fine with it when it's done well. Like last year, we had Bring Her Back. That was great. So
yes, no, I see what you're saying.
I know some people are sick
as
of
well.
it.
It can, it can easily feel like
we're doing this again.
Easy. We're doing this again. Isn't this an easy way to present horror? I guess more or less this kind of tragedy. You can really easily, I guess. You say all this heavy shit almost in the same way that
make it more respectable somehow.
It's, hey man, I'm trying to grief you out. Like, you know how I'm trying to freak you out. Like there's that group of movie. This is, I'm going to grief you out. It doesn't feel that way. And I think that's where it could have easily gone years later. And I mean, even Midsommar is definitely a grief movie as well.
Oh yeah.
And it still works very well. That was like a year later or whatever, right? It wasn't that much long after this.
Yeah. I remember when we were doing Midsommar that basically this like showed at Sundance or whatever. He got his deal and they were like, all right, now you can make your other movie. So, or no, it was before this even was doing film festivals, because he went to a film festival and then had to debut it and then had to go like start pre-production on Midsommar. So yeah, they were very close.
Yeah. So there's not, besides maybe starting a trope and a trend, it has other subtle things. We mentioned haunted house, that type of ghosty tropes. I mean, it has a lot of spooky things in the shadows.
Seeing something in the corner, turning on the light, nothing's there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think still executes them in a grounding and real enough way that it doesn't feel hokey or tropey. Like it's not something that you're easily like readily pointing out of the movie. I think it all works well within it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it sets up when you're doing kind of like, I don't know, when you have like the seance or like the candle scene or things like that, where it's like in any other film, when you have things that can easily get kind of like super tropey or like really hokey. But I think because we're so just knee deep in real world trauma and just like that, where it just, I guess it makes it's like that's almost the counterbalance that it needed, where it's like all of this, even in the supernatural elements, start feeling real because of the real life's just insanity that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could very easily, I think you would make the argument at some point maybe not the whole movie, but like, is this just a realization of her grief? Is she seeing these things? Is she actually losing her mind and going full deep? And you could do some looking into it that way. But I think everything is supposed to present as real.
Yeah.
I don't think there is supposed to really be that guesswork there. It certainly goes.
Speaking of, is she losing her mind? Just Toni Collette as Annie in this movie, her performance gets brought up a lot as like being Oscar worthy, or she got snubbed for not being nominated. And so I paid a lot more attention to her character this time as like, and she does a great job, profound job at getting across what she's going through. But it's kind of, for the most part, the same thing the whole time. It's not, you know, she starts off in grief and the grief only gets worse, and then she spirals more, but it's always, you know, it's kind of like Jack Torrance in The Shining. He's kind of crazy before he ever gets to the hotel.
Yes. Yeah. I do like a lot of the parallels between like The Shining and this. I don't know. I think with to me, it's the scene where like the psychological break where like, I think it's when her husband's on fire. She does this weird excuse. She goes from like pinnacle scream to like catatonic, like that weird, like, and then
she gets possessed.
Yes. But
we see the light behind her.
Yes. But that tonal shift to me from going to that extreme to that extreme, like within like a switch, was like, oh, wow. Wow.
No, I agree. That was great. I just don't think, like, as to what Sam's kind of saying, that there was a real character arc within that.
Right. Her performance is amazing,
frantic.
But the character arc is not. Yeah.
It starts high grief. It ends higher grief.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Higher grief.
And then Gabriel Byrd's character is just kind of there. You know what I mean? He's like,
oh yeah, very much.
I guess trying to mediate some and be sort of the calming presence, but it's just
he's just the dish rag.
He's the
not
rag.
Screaming dish rag.
I feel that his character to me is like
precisely. Yeah. Ross, you're cutting in and out. I don't know if you can hear us. Hopefully it gets situated better.
My computer is possessed actually by the fourth Prince Demon of Hell.
How to do it?
Yeah,
typical.
Unfortunately, I was trying to get into my actual PC, but it's in my laptop, so it's kind of this weird. It's a Charlie situation going on right now.
Well, try and keep it in there as long as you can.
Exactly. Yeah, do what you can.
Peter, I really enjoy his performance as well. I feel like his character maybe has a little more of an arc. But even still, he's kind of, I mean, he's not really grieving. He's just kind of a stoner kid. But once he accidentally knocks his sister's head off, he's just kind of, you know, the 100,000 yard stare, whatever it is. He's just zoned out most of the rest of the time.
Do you think that's like, because they seem to need him to be like almost a shell
vulnerable.
Of a person?
Yeah.
Very vulnerable. Well, so I think like,
in terms of possession, it seems like all of them have to be almost like psychologically broken before they can be possessed, or you know what I mean. So it's like they literally have to like beat him mentally and physically, I guess, until he kind of like into submission.
Certainly, and I know there's a lot of imagery and stuff as to it, like because I feel like he is kind of partially losing himself. Paimon slowly working its way in there a little bit
into his dreams,
in those moments of like in the dreams and just like staring off or whatever. Like I know they mentioned something like there's imagery of him becoming, you know, the King Paimon. One was like when they're smoking weed underneath the bleachers, like his head is lit up like it's supposed to be like the crowned halo and all this stuff. So that's like, again, there's all these fun little things that like, it's not noticeable. You wouldn't think twice about it, but if you want to look for like little things there, it's sprinkled throughout the movie.
Yeah.
But you said, I think he does a great job, but there's not much character growth from anyone besides the fact that Peter essentially becomes a demon king, hell king.
Yeah. It's almost like anti-growth. Like no character grows, they just spiral. Like we see them at their best at the beginning.
That's not that good.
They're not that great.
And then there's Joan, that befriends and that, you know, had been friends with the mom, and she's kind of setting her up to do all these things, which right away, as soon as she's like, oh, my mom used to make doormats like these for people, it's such a clear sign. I think as an audience member right away, you're like, oh, well, she had to know her mom. You might not know all the other stuff going on, but how Annie didn't be like, there's no way this is just like a small world, you know, just
right. To have some other device would have been a little bit more effective.
Yes.
A smaller trinket or something that seems maybe a little more general with a little personalization.
Right. Yeah. Like maybe we saw show it to the audience and not to Annie. Like maybe we had seen stuff the grandma made for the family, and then the camera shows that she has something like that in her house or something.
Gotcha.
But it seemed like I don't know how I want to set Annie off.
I mean, I think you're probably supposed to look at it in these moments of she's just not thinking straight on anything.
Yeah, just chalk it up to Paimon.
Yeah, just chalk it up to the Paimon grief. You get a little bit of Paimon, you get a little grief. It's not a good time.
No, it is not. Any dialogue stand out or noteworthy scenes that we haven't discussed?
I mean, the family dinner breakdown, I thought, was
when she just like screams at,
unloads on him. Yeah. Your stupid face with your face.
Yeah. Great performance. But I'm like, man, she sucks.
Yeah. I mean, like the pinnacle angry mom vibes throughout that entire, just like, oh god, it just gets worse as like the monologue goes. You're just like, oh fuck, oh god.
Meanwhile, Dad's just like, stop, Annie, Peter,
Annie, please stop.
No, that's enough. Like he's the non-angry dish rag.
Yeah, pretty much. He kind of raises his voice at one point and says like, that's enough. I said enough or something. That's the most he got out of him. I mean, the other scene where she kind of like unloads on him a little bit is that dream sequence.
Yes.
Ultimately, right?
Yeah, it turns out it's her dream where she tells him she wishes she never had him.
Wishes she never had him, but she's happy that she did. You know, I love you now, but I tried to do anything to get rid of you.
Yeah. To have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if the mom now makes me wonder if the grandma was somehow doing something to try and make sure that this baby was born.
Oh, probably.
Like witchy shit? Just, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think so. A combination of probably, any way to get the male child born. I feel like she probably, I don't know. Did she make a pact with Paimon early on, and got messed up because she only had a daughter and couldn't? Obviously, because she tried to get her son to be taken over by Paimon.
Right.
Is what we're led to believe. He says the thing about, she kept trying to force people into me or something like that.
And she says her mom had DID and it only got worse. And so I Googled that, and it's dissociative identity disorder, which makes me wonder, at the end of mom's life, did she have some sort of demon thing going inside her when she started losing it and needed like care and whatnot, had to move in with them?
It could be. I always just thought of it as like almost like Ready or Not vibes, in the fact of like she is given her bloodline to this demonic entity, and like all of her descendants are marked with this in some which way, shape, or form. So like the heavy sleepwalking and like the almost like the dissociative stuff that she, like the mom has, and then kind of like, I feel like that's just like a, for better choice of words, a dark mark on their bloodline that just kind of like is just there, like a debt is owed even by birth.
It's hereditary.
Yeah.
Anything surprise you? I mean, when I first saw it, I did not know about the head knocking off scene, and I would be really shocked by that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I was even shocked by, like, at the end with Gabriel Byrne catching on fire and the mom cutting her head off with piano wire, and him becoming Paimon in the treehouse.
All the naked
like that
people.
whole last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is so fucking weird. I think honestly, I think the most shocking thing when I watched it for the first time was her upside down on the attic crawl thing, just bashing her head like that.
Smashing her head against the.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like it wasn't like a jump scare, but it was enough for me to be like, oh, and then like the realization she's upside down, just violently smashing her face up. I was like, oh fuck, oh god,
Not upside down, but like on the ceiling.
yeah.
It's time for the gore.
Fatality.
So the gore meter. Let's run through the gores kills real quick. This is what I got. We got a pigeon head. She cuts off the bird's head with scissors.
Yep.
Then Charlie's head gets knocked off by a post. And
then we see it all covered in ants.
Yeah, see the head later. Looking bad. Peter smashes his face in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Busts his nose. His teeth are bleeding. There's some facial blood then.
Mm-hmm.
Dad catches on fire. It's a death. Is it gory? I mean, I included
it's not really
it.
gory, no.
Yeah.
But I get it. Yeah.
And then
Mommy head.
Yeah. Annie cuts her own head off. And we don't even see the decapitation, but we get blood squirts as she's sawn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we do
stern
see
eye contact.
And then we do see her headless body later.
Exactly. And the
corpse.
grandmother's corpsey headless body as well. So
Yeah.
there's certainly all of that. Now, the intensity of it and the consistency of it, it's not that consistent. I can start there. That's a good place.
Yeah.
What, a 0.5?
I was going to give it a 1.
Okay. I could see that. That's fine.
I can see a 1. Yeah.
Intensity.
The intensity is tough because it's really trying to play on that real world grief, shocking, attitude of it. I don't think it's quite a 5 because there's just not that much of it.
But I'd easily give the intensity like maybe like a 3.5 because I mean like some of the gore, like especially the decapitated head that's like covered in maggot, like having that kind of just like grossness, even some of the dream sequence stuff where I feel like it's gore, but like I don't know, it knocks on the door for me at like maybe like a 3.5.
I was gonna give it a 4, so
I could see a 4. I was going to agree with that.
3.75 or a 4.
No, I do a 4. I could easily agree with 4.
Okay.
Yeah, mainly because it's a child's head that's getting their knocked off. Is a big
extra
part of
points for a child's head.
Couple headless
and
bodies.
Then Tony
the
Collette's
intensity
thing is just
of her. Yeah.
gritty.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. 4 and a 1.
5 out of 10.
5-0.
Yeah, I mean it's not particularly gory, so I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the gore level works for the film, or should I add more or less? Ross.
I mean, always, you could always add more gore, but I think for this one, I'm okay. Honestly, I'm okay with it because I think because it's not as consistent, when it happens, it has a heavier punch than if we got a lot of blood and a lot of gore throughout the entire thing. I think it's like very selective on the gore that we get, but it's acutely intentional and attentive when we do get it, which I think feels better for like the ecosystem of this movie.
Definitely. I'd agree with that. If anything, you could maybe have just a little bit more. The only place I would really put it would be in Toni Collette's beheading, to have just maybe a little bit more blood
instead of only hearing it,
seeing the beheading or something like that, just a little bit there. I think like if you had like the Charlie's head pop and like had a squirt of blood come out, that'd be ridiculous. That'd be a little.
It would be way too ridiculous.
I don't think it would work.
If I was going to
add,
funny. I like the way they play that. Really, I really like the way that
just enough. It's perfectly enough to.
And with him
to make it,
just he goes home, and then we see him in bed with his eyes open, and then it's daytime, and then you hear the mom finding her in the car.
Yeah,
that's rough. I heard it was based on IMDb behind the scenes.
Right, I saw that.
Based on a true story thing that like two people were very drunk going home one night, and one of the dudes needed to stick their head out the window, got their dome knocked off or got cut off by like some like wire or something that was outside. And the dude was so drunk that he didn't realize and just drove home and went to sleep. And then obviously things happen.
Fucking insane.
And Ari Aster sells that as like, oh, have I got an idea?
I need to make a scene for that. If I was going to add a gore, like if we were going to just try to like my cup runneth over gore scene, I would have loved to have had the end of the film with all of the naked cult members, and just all you have to do is just switch just hit the switch. It's just a death cult. So they all just decapitate themselves in front of their new god. You know what I mean? Where it's like the two do it, and then like he's standing there, and then they all just do the fucking sawing thing and then just, you know?
Yeah, if you were to add gore, it would definitely be at the end with the naked people. I agree with you there. That's what I was thinking. So we've talked about it a bit. The climax is, I would say, is dad catches on fire. Peter wakes up. We see the mom on the ceiling behind him. We see naked people in the house. Then she pops out of a corner, chases him. He runs into the attic. He locks the attic. He's like crying, "Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." That's when she's on the ceiling, banging her head against the attic door. Then he looks around. We see the outline of where grandma was with a picture of him with his eyes like burned out, it looks like, or cut out in that spot. We see some naked people in there. That's when we see mom up there cutting her own head off with the piano wire, really staring at him too.
Yeah, glaring at him.
Then he sees the three naked people. The lady kind of waves at him. I didn't get a good look at her, but I'm guessing maybe that's the lady that kind of waves to Charlie early on in the movie when she's... I
want to rewatch it because like I think there's definitely cult members at the party too, right? Because I think there's a few of the actors that are in there that are at the end sequence. I think like the cult members are throughout the entire film in the backgrounds and like extra characters throughout
the house party.
Yeah, I think there are supposed to be. I don't know.
I know when Toni Collette's on the ceiling, before she's cutting her head off, the first ceiling bit, the guy we see standing in the doorway is the smiling guy from the funeral.
Right.
Yeah. But so he sees the three naked people, jumps out the window, knocks himself out. We hear the head plop onto the ground. A little light comes out of the window, dissolves into his back. He stands up, does the... Then we see Toni Collette's headless body fly out of the house into the treehouse. I must say that moment does not work for me. I laugh at that.
I love it so much. I do laugh at it, but I kind of like it.
I feel like it takes me out. Like we're in such a heavy thing, and now I'm like, come on now.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit silly. I get why you would like it, but for the tone of everything else that's happening, it doesn't work for me. But so she flies in there, then Peter follows up there. All these naked people, Paimon statue with a really cool pointing staff. The staff has like a pointing hand on the top. The headless matriarchs are bowing to Paimon. Peter turns around. Everybody's bowing to Paimon. Voice off screen. Maybe Joan's voice?
Now,
is that Joan?
Am I thinking of that? Is Paimon's? Is it Charlie's head is on top of that eulogy on top of everything? Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, totally.
It's Charlie's decapitated head as the Paimon's like.
Probably because that was the first vessel.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I just thought it was like a messed up mannequin head.
No.
That's
a dead child's head.
Comes back.
Funny. I've seen this movie 3 times. What else happens? Where were we? Oh, so it's Paimon statue with Charlie's head. Voice off screen says, "Hey, Paimon, Charlie, finally got you that boy body that you needed. We're going to worship you and you'll take care of us. Hail Paimon, hail Paimon, hail Paimon." The end. What do we think of the climax? I think it really brings the room together.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like this, it's an accumulation. Like you're trying to it's like a steam vent, you know what I mean? Where it's like all of this is like building up, and the second he gets set on fire, then this just the shit train just starts. And it's just this it goes from weirdness to people literally crawling on the ceiling it's like naked people and like, you know what I mean? Like it's very disorienting, but also like, holy shit, this is great.
Yeah.
So I'm just, the only thing that confuses me, not the only thing, many things do, but is this Paimon's consciousness inside bodies, I guess. Because if we're going under the theory that he's inside Charlie the whole time, but it seems like can't quite be in control or something because it's
a girl. Yeah.
Girl's body. But do you think when Toni Collette snaps at the end, that's Paimon taking over her and having her do all that stuff, right? To be able to give her the power to climb on walls?
Probably. It's gotta be. Yeah.
And then once she saws her head off, he moves from being in her body to go down into his.
Oh yeah, because we see the light go into her, and then after the head, we hear the head plop. That's when we see the light go into him.
He just seems very confused once he's finally in the vessel he's been meaning to be in for so long, of understanding that he's Paimon.
Yes,
it still feels very much like it's Peter's in there, a little bit confused. I feel like it's
if it weren't for the little sound tick that she had done that then Peter does when he stands up, it would be very unclear, because he does seem just like he's just kind of staring at everything like, what's going on? Like
you might be asking yourself how I got into this mess.
Yes. Yeah, it almost feels like with both of them, like when he's actually in not proper vessel, but like in those, at least the kids' vessels, is that like it's a cohabitation, as in like it's two people on the steering wheel. You know what I mean? Where it's like instead of full possession takeover, because like with mom, it's like straight up night and day, just like, bleh, you know what I mean? But she also has those weird bouts where I feel like she's been initially possessed her entire life, because of all the sleepwalking and all the crazy shit that she did while she was asleep.
Who knows what kind of witchy curse could be upon her. Yeah, it doesn't need to be that she had a demon in her. Whatever her mom did for part of a spell or whatever happened to be the case. She clearly has no trouble sacrificing family.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I think it all more or less comes together in the end. Like you said, we get this whole grandiose thing of Hail Paimon and everything. The crowning, it all works really well. Great.
Before we move on to our extra credit questions, did we learn anything about demons, demonology? Our subject.
Yeah. I guess you got to be naked to really worship demons.
It seems like people are always the problem. It's always these people messing with demons. If demons don't seem to be able to access us without being called in by humans.
Yeah, they don't seem to have that much power.
Yeah.
We'll get into it. I was going to bring that up when we get into our villain level, more or less. Talk do a little bit more demon talk there. But yeah, I'd agree with that. It's like everything involves some sort of ritual invoking. I mean, the grandmother's been trying this for how long?
Right.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I mean, ultimately, when it works, maybe it works. We don't know what happens after this, if they get all their riches or if anything becomes of it.
If there's anything I know about demons, don't trust them.
Right.
I don't think they're getting their riches. Although when we see the photo book, the other cult members seem like they're showering her with gold or something in the photos. And
the grandmother?
Yeah. And she looks old then, so maybe that whatever was done then triggered her multiple personality thing. It's just a thought that just came to me as we're discussing this.
Well, maybe the multiple personality thing came from somehow she was harnessing or holding on to Paimon's spirit or something, like, because she tried summoning it into her son's body, but he ended up killing himself. She probably tried to put it into Toni Collette's as well. And then maybe she figured out a way to start the summoning process while then she eventually worked on, because it seemed like she had a good relationship, we'll say, with Charlie up until the end. But I don't know how Charlie seems to still miss grandmother, like like her dying was like the thing, not like we lost her years ago when her personality went away or something.
Right. Yeah.
But how reliable is Charlie at this point too, if it's supposed to be Paimon? And Who knows? It gets wishy-washy. I don't know. It's interesting to look at it with that lens. I just never had before. So now all these different questions are coming in.
Mhm.
But what did we learn about demons? They're finicky. And I don't know if they're that strong.
Yeah. Take care of the humans that are trying to invoke them.
They promise a lot, but do they really deliver?
Demons. All right. Let's go to extra credit. Start with the first one. How about that?
Sure.
How would we survive? / how many are sacrificed? So we are brothers. And not in the metaphorical way we already are. By blood. And our grandma was a witch.
Yeah.
So
I
if
don't
she's
think
successful,
I don't
like,
know how we'll get into this.
like I think it's going to be like she's probably going to go for the firstborn. So I think that's going to be Ross. So I think Ross gets possessed by Paimon. But then after that, do you think she's trying to call in other demons? Like, do we get like the secondhand demons possessed into us?
Yeah.
She's like, well, I did the Paimon thing. Might as well keep going.
Man,
We got mischief.
I think there's so many marionette strings in this movie that's so out of the scope of the characters involved that, like, if we're going by that kind of playbook, I think we're all duped, because I think there's just a big grander plan that we're just completely oblivious to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because also, like, if we're in this movie, that means obviously we're all connected by some really weird, deep grief. So we're already battling that wholeheartedly while getting possessed and things. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, we could also just be,
in the bus.
if it was younger us, just students that go to school with Peter and don't even really know him, like, to live in the world.
We're in the classroom when he has
Like,
that freak out.
I think it's a matter of, like, yeah, we would either have to be born to her or
Yeah.
in the cult.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we're in
We
the.
could
I
just
think
be
that's
cult
the more
members.
likely scenario.
Standing around naked in the woods. I mean, I'm halfway there sometimes.
Lucky.
true.
Haven't joined a cult yet.
Just need some friends.
Find me in the woods.
Central Park.
Yep, pretty much. Central Park, midnight, Tuesday, third Tuesday of the month. Stand around naked.
Look for come stand around naked.
Don't do
Be
it.
part
Don't
of
do
the
it.
cult, the bird cult.
So I think that's, if anything, yeah, we're just Paimon cultists. And
Yeah.
that's a
I agree.
good call.
Just
Okay.
hanging out naked.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we end up sacrificing ourselves, or however it works out. Hero level 1 through 10. So, who is the hero of this?
This is
movie?
weird. Why?
The family as a whole. What do we?
I don't know.
This
Peter's
is a
the
tough
only
one.
person I ever feel bad for, but I wouldn't call him a hero.
None of them. It's like the weird. There's really no hero in this. I mean, I guess most of the movies from the perspective of the mom, but like I don't know if I would necessarily.
She might be.
classify-
Should we just call I
The
don't know,
protagonist.
the protagonist,
Yeah.
the main character would be her.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it's centered around her, I guess.
It is. A lot of it's around Peter, though, too. I feel like they're between the
It
two
is.
of them, it's pretty even split.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
Okay.
really don't know what to do with this one. Everybody seems to talk about Toni Collette when they talk about this movie. So let's go
Beautiful.
with Annie.
Tony, perfect.
Tenacity.
Ah,
Like a 2,
I mean-
maybe.
I mean-
She doesn't seem to
she
hold
does-
on for very long.
No, I'd still give her 2's too low. I would maybe give her 3.
Why?
You know what I mean? Because I mean, she does do some stuff. I mean, because it's like through the patience it takes to make miniatures, the tenacity.
I'm sure.
To sit there and make a model of your child's death. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different kind
And
of
then you're going to
tenacity.
break them all in a fit of rage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But then she is going to try and defeat him because she's like, I'll throw this notebook in the fire. Oh, I caught my arm on fire. I can't do that. But she tries a little, but again, easily defeated, gives up
It's true.
many times, and then decides to fight again. For me, it's a 2.
All right, I'll give it a 2.
yeah, that's fine. I won't fight it.
Iconography. If you can somehow make that scream face that she makes, She's kind of got like up eyebrows with it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like her screamy face is the iconic thing about any of the imagery. Maybe Peter at the end when he's king.
Well, I think, with her get up at the end, I feel that like her iconography only works if she's in a corner somewhere with both arms propped up.
Or if she
you need a set prop.
You would need a prop, but if you had wires in your neck that you were holding and you were cosplaying, I would know who you are for sure.
Yeah.
So 1?
I was going to give it a 2 as well.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
2 and 2. Why not?
4 for our protagonist. Villain level. Villain is Paimon, the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit
Paimon
of both.
and or the cult lackeys. Yeah.
Sure.
So, I mean, yeah. Paimon himself, like, again, it goes back to that demon thing we were talking about. Like, how powerful really are.
If
you need the cult to do the work to get the demon out.
Right.
And
yeah.
do we know that he's all powerful once he's truly out here?
No.
It seems to be like...
But I will give him at least a little bit of credit because he body jumps like 3 fucking times in this movie. Like he starts in Charlie and then jumps over to, was it Peter in the classroom? Because you have that pulse thing that happens and then like he gets possessed and then bashes his face. And then this other pulse thing happens. Now it's the mom. And then it goes back to, you know what I mean? Like, so he can body jump, which makes him a lot more nefariously durable.
But he probably had to be summoned up for the body jumping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's probably very, I don't know if it's familial, like DNA related, if they have to be in extreme hereditary, extreme grief and pain. Like it doesn't, I don't think it's like he's not easily body jumping. It has to be, I think, particular circumstances.
No, they're all pretty much psychologically broken. Oh, that's true. That's a very big caveat to have. It's like, I can body jump, but you need to be emotionally destroyed.
So,
and once he's on Earth and reigning, we don't know what that means, what that looks like.
Right.
Because seemingly he just seems to be born into a body and just as confused as a newborn and lives the life as whatever that body is.
He's going to give them riches or so they think.
Like I read a thing that said like
he's gonna cause mischief, I guess, because we did see he's the something of mischief. So
a god
he'll
of
be
mischief.
hopping fences and
tipping cows,
riding in grocery carts into like curbs and launching themselves out of it.
Oh my god, he's gonna be like one of those fucking like prankster video kids, like running at.
Yeah,
that's just Paimon, man.
Paimon just be Paimon.
I don't know, power level 3 at most.
Sounds good.
Yeah. There's so many asterisk stipulations to his power.
Now I'm going to say iconography I think is going to be relatively low too. I mean you could certainly cosplay.
I'd probably give it a 2 as well. At a con, if someone had the broken nose
with
and
the crown,
right?
Crown.
That's pretty much the only way that you're getting there.
Yeah,
same. 5. So defeats the 4, which is accurate.
Wonderful.
Should it have a sequel? What is your sequel? Yeah, we need a Hereditary franchise.
Hereditary 2, Back to College.
Back to
or
college.
Something like that, where it's Paimon because
Paimon goes to college
Paimon
because he's in
he can't,
Peter's body.
He may be a god of hell, but he can escape social studies. You know,
no.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have. Man, I always go for prequels, so I'm not going to try to do it this time. But it would be really interesting to have like someone investigating the house, like after the aftermath of Hereditary. So like you've got like the bodies and all this other stuff. I'm assuming that the son is just missing at this point. You know what I mean? There's like strewn bodies, there's burnt. You know what I mean? So like. I think having those and then something happening with the woods behind it. I feel like the house in and of itself is in like a place of power, and you could almost have like something play off of that, like some other either like same like another Lord of Hell, or even just dive deeper into that mythology. You know what I mean? Maybe there's like a subterranean temple that has those symbols all over it somewhere near the house or something.
Subterranean Temple. No, I don't think it should have a sequel.
No, I mean, it's so
just the way it
finely fucking knit, you know?
Well, yeah. I think I agree that it shouldn't have a sequel. But if it did,
yes.
But that's part of the question.
Well, should it have a sequel? No. What is my sequel? Paimon in College.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. What prop do we want for the crypt?
I mean, the crypt, the study hall.
The study hall, yeah.
The library. The child's head or the crown, the statue staff, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, statue staff for sure.
Yeah. I'd almost have was it the symbol, like cross knit, like a cross, the knitted
necklaces. The necklaces
would be pretty good. A tapestry.
Maybe a Joni welcome mat pillow thing.
Yeah, it's a really pillowy welcome mat.
Yeah. It's like, should I step on this or step over this?
It seems too nice to be stepping on.
Yeah.
No, that'd be good. That'd be good too. I think all those. At the midnight show, I think you got to throw heads. You got to throw mannequin heads or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. Doll heads,
all sorts of little heads at any of the decapitation scenes.
Also like peanuts.
Bird heads.
Peanuts?
Doesn't she have a nut allergy?
When she's eating the cake, you throw peanuts.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
hopefully no one in the theater has a nut
allergy. Yes,
there'll be a special showing. This is for the. Make sure you don't.
How about you throw EpiPens?
There we go.
Both. Well,
just in
make
case.
sure half and half.
Anybody who might need the EpiPen,
but they can still participate. It'll be fun for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. What else to do at the midnight showing?
Hail Paimon.
Get naked?
Hail Paimon, for sure. Hail Paimon.
Yeah.
All right, concession vessel for the movie. What are we doing?
It would either be
with the obvious.
What's no. Tell me what is the. I want to know what the obvious is.
Something with Charlie's head.
Well, of course, okay, yeah. Honestly, I would love to have a. Oh man, I don't know if it would be like a ketchup dispenser, but like the decapitated bowed head, and then you push the somewhere, and then the neck just spurts out condiment dispenser. Or honestly, it would be one of those. Or fruit by the foot. You know what I mean? Like just have that be able to get pulled out of the neck hole.
I mean, a good condiment dispenser would be like having like both the grandma and the mom, Toni Collette's like decapitated bodies. Like you squeeze them. Oh yeah. It's ketchup and mustard.
Mustard. Yeah.
That'd be good merch. You could like salt and pepper.
Yes.
Ooh, salt and pepper shakers. Yes. I know A24 did the gingerbread house, I believe it is, that you can get of the tree house. It's cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
I mean, one of the miniatures, like, I don't know, is a vessel of sorts. You could have a miniature house with all the little people inside.
It's true.
All different rooms for different sorts of concessions. You could have the supersized house where each room is a different concession.
Very good.
Is it?
I only want your fingers.
Should we all cut our fingers open and bleed on it?
Can you wrap your fingers around this?
I'll take a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason's bacon.
Show them.
Points.
On this show, we use a rating scale of 0 to 5 points. Each point represents a different quality about a movie. These ratings are subjective on how we feel about the movie, not if the movie is objectively good or bad. That don't matter. I'm going to start with myself because I'm curious what my score will be. Engaging, I'll give a full 1 point for that one. It's one of those things because it's so layered. Even when you go back to it, there are things to look for, new things to pick up. Sticky, I'll give Sticky a 1 because I had not seen it in 5 years at least, if not more. And I pretty much remembered all of it. There was nothing that was like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and certain things I have not forgot, I've thought of often. So 1. Stuffable is going to be a 1 as well. I don't have anything Hereditary, but if I saw something cool, snatch it up for sure. Cockles is where it gets a bit interesting So it's really dark in both tone and lighting. So it's just not something that it's not my vibe, you know, something I particularly enjoy in that sense.
Yeah.
But I do really like the movie. I'm wondering if I'm going to give it a 0.75 or a 0.5. I'm not entirely sure. Well, you know what? Actually, I always like to be generous on the generous side. So I'll give it a 0.75.
Okay.
Rewatchable is going to be a 0.5. Even though I just said there's stuff to look for every time, I hadn't watched it in however long, and I don't really plan on returning to it again unless somebody wants to watch it. It's rare I'm in a mood for something this
heavy
and dark. Yeah. So 4.25. Good. I feel pretty good about that. I feel like our conversation brought it up as well, because I truly wasn't sure where I was going to land on it. I'm good with 4.25.
Nice.
We'll keep it that. Up next, I would like to get Brian's thoughts.
All right, engaging, I'll give a 1 because I am entirely engaged with the movie. It is just that enticing and draws your attention in. Sticky, I'll probably give that one a 1 as well. I hadn't seen this. I mean, it was the first time I saw it was only a couple years ago, but it's been that long since, and I pretty much remembered all the beats of it, and I enjoy thinking about it. Stuffable is where I'll give it a 0.75 because I think there is a lot of cool stuff for it. I've passed up on some Hereditary stuff. I know there's shirts I've seen that I thought are cool and I just kind of passed for whatever reason, but it's certainly out there. Cockles, I'll probably give a 0.75 as well. While I like it a lot, as Sam mentioned, the darkness of it all is, I guess, just a world I don't care to live in as much as like some other stuff. As dark of as a movie as Midsommar is, that one hits my cockles just harder than what this does, and it still has same kind of feelings.
At least it's visually lighter.
Well, that's very true too. That's something that hits my cockles.
This one's really dark and lighting. That's very bright. Yep.
And rewatchable, I'll probably give that a 0.75 as well, because I'm not rushing to watch it and get out there. I feel like I could wiggle between a 0.5 as well, because it's not something that I'm rushing to put on. Between the two, I would always put on Midsommar over this, but I'm not opposed to watching it. I think it's a good enough movie to rewatch multiple times over. So 4.25 is sounding pretty solid to me.
Nice.
Tight. Rosticle, Posticle, the man with the glopsicles.
I thought we were going to talk about that on pod. Engaging. Engaging is going to get the full 1. I mean, like, I think that's really what amazing about Hereditary and Midsommar is, like, you can watch it at face value and get it, but then or just, absorb the movie. But like, it's so pre-planned. There's so many Easter eggs and there's so many interesting nuances to this movie that, like, even after like my 4th or 5th watch, like, I'm still finding like new crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's Sticky. Yeah, I think Sticky's also going to get the 1 just because, like, it's, those scenes, man, like the ones, like the head sawing and the head the bashing and just like all those are just like seared into my brain. You know what I mean? Stuffable. I originally had Stuffable at a 0.5. But I think I'm going to do a 0.75. It's the same thing. I've actually, in a similar boat, I've turned down, like, I was like, had it in a shopping cart about to buy Hereditary stuff and then be like, no, maybe I'll get it later. You know what I mean? Like, it was an interest of mine, but not an immediate buy for me. I think this actually kind of cascades into Cockles and Rewatchable, is that, like, it is a very bummer tone for the fucking movie, where it's like I like it, and I like, there's certain things about the merch that I enjoy, but I don't know if I'd want that much of a bummer of a shirt or like a bummer of a thing, which leads kind of into Cockles. Cockles to me is going to get a 0.75, just because, like, it does hit. And I really like, I love Satan stuff and I love cult stuff, and this has, like, but like, it is so heavy with fucking grief that it is like that kind of deflates the cockles a little bit, which stumbles directly into rewatchable, which I'm gonna give rewatchable probably a 0.5, as in it's not a bad movie. I really like watching it when I watch it, but to me, you have to be in such a specific mood to sit down voluntarily to watch Hereditary versus like, I feel like it's so weird because it's such a bummer movie that like I need to be in a group setting when someone else suggests Hereditary, because Hereditary is not going to be the thing I'm going to suggest to the group. You know what I mean? Where it's that like everyone's like, all right, we're all going to get bummed out together.
Come on, guys.
Who wants to watch Hereditary? Yeah. So I would probably say, 0.5 for that.
Yeah. That gives you 4 out of 5. How does that feel?
Man, it is a little low. Why don't we bump up? Because I think I want to be on par with you guys, because I think it is like it does deserve more than, because I mean it's a really good movie. It's just so fucking heavy that like I have to diminish points.
It's how you feel about it, not how if it's objectively good or bad.
I know it's in the description what we talk about. Nah, fuck it. Leave it at a 4. Leave it at a 4. It's fine.
Yeah, it's only 0.25 off of us. It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
All right.
So what do our study buddies have to say? Tiger Snake Kate jumped in. She said, I truly think this movie is perfection. Have previously mentioned that I took B&P to see it opening night. Immediately questioned my parenting, but they ended up loving it and no permanent damage was done.
Good.
What I love about this, aside from the amazing performances and the unique story, is that it's so damn layered and there are so many little things happening throughout it. It took me about 5 watches and listening to multiple people discuss it on their podcasts to get to a point where I felt like I had it all covered. It is so darn bleak, but I can't look away. 5 nut-filled chocolate cakes out of 5.
Very nice.
It says click, but I'm assuming that is that noise.
Well, thanks for listening to our podcast. Another podcast talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hopefully you got something nutty out of it from us. T-Boo says, engaging 1 from the dollhouse transition at the beginning to headless levitating grandma at the end. Well, was grandma levitating? It's Tony Collette, right?
No. Yeah.
Fully engaged. So full 1. Sticky 1. There are at least 5 scenes that I immediately recall when this film is mentioned, and Tony Collette is phenomenal. Stuck. Stuffable 1. Hereditary dollhouses. Headless grandma action figure with detached Charlie head accessory. Cult of Paimon clothing line. It's endless. Cockles 1. It's witchy, it's spooky, it's got levitating, it's got curses, and what a great story and performances. My cockles have been touched by the Aster Blaster. Rewatchable 1, 100% rewatchable, and you don't have to possess me, twist my arm, and slam my face into a desk. I'll watch it willingly. 5 out of 5 fingers cut off and scotch taped to the inside of the family scrapbook.
Love it. And we have one more. Scotty. The hottie with the body. Yeah. Something like that. Scotty says, I give Hereditary an A+. Perfect grade. The classroom scene is especially memorable. Thanks, Scotty.
And
Love you, Scotty. Thank you.
Was an audio clip we had from Scotty.
Yep.
So thanks for
calling in with that with the voice message. The classroom scene is definitely memorable. What's interesting to me, what I've remembered less than the face smashing was just how he's contorted with his hand and fingers contorted in there, and the way he contorts his face. It's just disturbing.
That's a really
touched on earlier.
Great moment. So fitting in with the rest of the Goo Book, that sits at a 4.2, which has a lot of good company. And this is where it just really shows the how the scale can really vary the movies in this range. Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 is a 4.2. Halloween 2018, Friday the 13th Part 3, Scream 2, Final Destination 2, Scream 3, Opera, Night Killer and Hereditary have a 4.2.
Fantastic.
In the Mouth of Madness. And lastly, when we were talking about so much, that's why I'm glad Ross didn't change his score. The Shining is a 4.2. So it matches right up with what we were comparing it to.
How about that?
Yeah, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Love it. That concludes this episode of Students of Horror. Thanks for studying with us. We're so glad to have a full hosting tonight. All the students here. Ross's internet's been funky though, so I'm not sure if he'll actually be here with us for the end. But if you're enjoying the show and want to stay connected with us,
he had to catch a bus to Derry. He had to get out of here.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, exactly. If you want to follow the show, follow at Students of Horror on Instagram and Threads. We should be that by now. We'll definitely be that by now. And you want to see Ross's killer tattoo work, follow at Ross Purvis on Instagram. You can follow me at Chuddle the Sam or Brian at Birdwitch, bird with a Y, witch with an I. Both of us on Letterboxd if you want to check out what we are watching. And if you want to hang out with us or fellow members of the study group, join our Discord, become part of the community. That'd be fun. You can join for free. You don't have to be a patron. That's just for special channels. There's a link to all that in the show description. Until next time, we will be doing...
We are studying phobias.
Phobias next episode.
Special guests.
With special guests, people under the scares. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And now, until next time, make sure you're writing your notes in your study books. We'll get it. We need to think about that.